Hey, it's Friday. So tonight, I didn't record anything earlier because really nothing interesting happened. We played Astrobot for a bit. That's really about everything that happened today. But I'm actually about to test the Windows computer for recording through OBS because I noticed that the Mac has this issue with the macOS Apple Silicon version of OBS where it just hangs sometimes in random frames, and I had this happen in a couple recordings the other day. So just to prevent any issues, I'm going to try using the NVIDIA GPU in my machine that we're using as a Hackintosh and a Windows boot hybrid. Because there's 2 terabytes of space on the Windows drive, which is the main one. The Hackintosh is just a fun little side project. So anyway, I have it loaded up here, and if I show you, as you can see, I have it set to HEVC to record so that we can compress the files as much as possible to move over to the Mac to use Final Cut with. And then just so I can see it while I'm recording, because I face the screen with the mic. And yeah, it's pretty much set up. So it's pretty straightforward. You know, I have the 2 monitors here. I'm hoping at some point to get a DisplayLink dock so that I can bypass the monitor limit on the M2, just because there's only a 1, so that I can use the other monitors when I have that unplugged, because the MacBook is my main computer. This computer I really don't care about. But yeah, I may record something tonight. We'll see. I would like to get stuff in the pipeline so that I can get it out on the game channel. I will say Final Cut has been a joy to work with, and I've been enjoying making stuff every single day, especially recording these on my phone, and then just bumping over the footage and putting it together in Final Cut. I've learned so much from Final Cut. If you want to edit as well, my highest recommendation goes to iJustine's keyboard shortcuts for Final Cut video. Perfect place to start. Keyboard shortcuts are your best friend. Amazing video. It's actually funny. The reason why I use Final Cut is actually because of Steven Vlog. There was a vlog he made years ago when I first started watching him, back before I had a YouTube account, where he talked about Final Cut Pro 10, and for years I wanted to use it. From like 2012 when he started using it to like now, I wanted to use it. And in 2016, I finally got a Mac, and the first thing I got was Final Cut. I have loved it ever since, and now it's the only thing I want to edit with. I did learn Premiere in that amount of time. I don't like Premiere. It's also Adobe, so no one likes Premiere besides businesses who can afford to pay an arm and a leg for Adobe licenses. But yeah, the only Adobe piece of software that I use is Photoshop, and that's just because I have a perpetual license to an old version that apparently works just fine on Apple Silicon. So I got lucky. It's one of the last ones that ever came out that used a perpetual license. So I have that still. So I still use that. I just changed the icon so it didn't look so weird, because you can do that on the Mac with an ICNS file. Point is that I really like Final Cut. I don't think I'm going to edit with anything else ever, because it's so fast and so efficient on Apple Silicon as well. I will say I'm going to stop doing magnetic mask for the titles of these vlogs, just because I've had issues with it in Final Cut, and it looks like they've got a lot of work to do. So anyway, I'm going to go record for a bit, and then I'll report back once I'm done, and hopefully have brought some footage into Final Cut. Okay, so we're joined by Bo on the floor, and I brought all the footage into Final Cut. I recorded 2 videos tonight, one of which will be a special one going up on Thanksgiving. So for those of you who may want something to watch on Thanksgiving, I will have something for you on Thanksgiving morning on the main channel at youtube.com/@SladeWatkins. As for vlogs, they might fall behind, but I'm hoping they don't. It's just that it looks like next week's going to be really chaotic. I have a visitor coming on either Wednesday or that weekend, so just that coupled with Thanksgiving, it's gonna get a little much. Now, like I said, I recorded 2 videos. My throat hurts. I only had it into me to do 2. My throat is killing me. I got ice water for myself, actually, because I knew it was going to be this bad. So I managed to do that. I did want to give an update from yesterday's vlog on my phone situation. Right now I still am shooting with the iPhone. And my SIM card is still in the iPhone, but I think it's going to go back to the Pixel. I've given it a lot of thought. I've weighed a lot of my options, and I can go to an older iPhone in the hopes that it solves that problem, but then I can't record in 4K 60, which is what I record these vlogs at, unless I want to change the resolution to 4K 30, which, I mean, I could technically do. 30 FPS is correct, but for real life, I really do enjoy 60 frames. Hello, baby. I really do enjoy 60 frames a second, at least in the timeline. 30 FPS would be preferred. But yeah, I don't know what I want to do. You know, I use Snapchat to talk with all of my friends. I don't have that many, but I certainly talk to everybody pretty regularly over Snapchat. Some of them are regular texting, but for Snapchat, like you want your camera to work, and sometimes Android can be a little finicky. I did talk to Adam, and seems like it's better. He just got a Fold 6 not that long ago, a few days ago now, I think. He said that his experience has actually been pretty okay, and that's on a Samsung phone, and I have a Google phone, so I can't imagine it being that much different, because Samsung and Google tend to be where companies like Snapchat or Instagram focus a lot of their development attention. So it's an option. I did record with the Pixel 6 yesterday as a test with Blackmagic Camera, which is the app that I use to vlog, and it wasn't bad, but the audio left something to be desired, and that could be because of this corner. We're gonna find out, but you know, the camera quality at least looked good. It was a little grainy. I expect that from a Pixel video, but it really felt like they had made serious strides, so I'm okay with it. Now, as for what's happening tomorrow, because all I'm gonna do tonight is edit, basically, because I have a ton of stuff I'd like to get out of my Final Cut timeline. I am addicted to editing Final Cut, and I need help. That's what I need. I'm glad I shouted out Steven Vlog, because Steven is the big reason why I ended up getting a Mac in the first place, and also a big reason why I chose to edit with Final Cut, because he loves it. I'm pretty sure he still edits with it to this day. I think he uses DaVinci Resolve for color correction, which I don't do. I'm not familiar enough with color correction to really know. I know enough where I can get the Luma waveforms to be, you know, pretty accurate to what they're supposed to be. But I'm by no means a color expert, and I'm by no means a film expert. He went to film school. He knows what he's talking about. But I'm glad I shouted him out, because he was a big reason why I started doing videos in the first place. Besides my grandfather, of course, because my grandfather definitely encouraged me to do it. You can hear him purring, can't you? He's very loud. But yeah, both of them were big pushes for me to just make things. And if it resonates with somebody, it resonates with somebody. So I'm excited. I'm really addicted to editing with Final Cut. It's very fun to edit in Final Cut. At this point, I expect within a couple months, I could probably know my way around Final Cut, just absorbing all of the information on the internet. It's amazing the amount of stuff you can learn from the internet without going to proper college nowadays. Back in the day, that wouldn't be possible, but now, like, all of the information that you could possibly want is just on the internet at your fingertips, on sites like YouTube or Skillshare or something like that. It's awesome. And I've learned a lot just by absorbing all of this information from people like Steven or iJustine over the years. I've learned a lot about cameras from my grandfather over the years as well, which helps. I appreciate that sort of thing. So it's exciting for me. This is a new thing, and I'm very excited to be building it. I've had a lot of fun already. I know I've got a long way to go before this is sustainable in any way, but man, I'm excited for the ride. Are you excited for the ride, Bobine? Okay. Anyway, well, the cat's in my lap. That's it. Thanks for being here. I have no idea what's going on tomorrow. I think I have a call with Adnan tomorrow. I can't believe I'm just remembering that now. I need to get my brain checked. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.